Hey everyone, this is Mya Malek, and this is Shooting Up North Indy Edition with the amazing Carlan.
Hello and welcome to Shooting Up North Indy Edition. I'm your host, Carlan. I'm very excited today. I have a lady that's going to be on the show today that hasn't been here before, so I'm very excited to be talking to her. She is the current UCW Atlantic Canadian Champion. Very excited to welcome to the show today, Mya Malek. Mya, welcome to the show.
Hello, Lewis. Thanks so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Hey, me too, me too. So before we get started, I just want to mention I saw the video on Instagram. You come bursting through the door. You're eating a handful of gummy worms. Just want to know what's going on there. I thought that was very funny. It made me laugh. I'm sure it made a lot of people laugh, but maybe you want to quickly explain what was going on there.
Yes. So I like to post videos in my spare time. Eating gummy worms, I did that just for a comedy aspect, but also I love candy, especially gummy worms. So that's what that was all about, just a sugar high
Okay.
moment.
I like the purple door, by the way. The purple door looked really nice. I like the when you
Oh,
the entrance.
that was inspired
Very,
by the show Friends.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're a big fan of Friends. I was a big fan. I was so happy when Ross and Rachel got together at the on the last episode. It brought a tear to my eye.
Yeah, me too, especially since the show was over.
Yeah, no, great show, great show. It's big fan of that show. So just want to congratulate you. You had a successful title defense recently against Backwards on the UCW show. So tell me a little bit about the match and a little bit about your thoughts on Backwards.
Yeah, so that was my match that I had with UCW with Backwoods, and he was trying to get the title from me that I got from Charlie, but I wasn't going to let that happen too easily. It was definitely a tough match, though. He was tough. I'll give him that. He almost got me. Jefferson James came at the end and interfered our match, and that's when I got Backwoods with the crossbody on the top rope. However, I still think that if Jefferson never intervened, I would have still got the title. He just never gave me the chance to do it without him.
Yeah, no, I think you would have won the match. Also, it was a great match. Two of my favorite parts of the match were when you did his hair. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. And when he went for the leg stretch, like, nah, sorry, buddy, that doesn't hurt. That doesn't. So
Yeah,
you're very flexible. So you're like, nope, sorry, that doesn't hurt. So that was but it was a great match. And I think without Jefferson James interfering at the end, I think you would have won anyway.
yeah, for sure. And at least we got to see Backwoods' face and what he would look like with nice hair. So that was fun.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So would you say winning the title from Charlie Hubley was the biggest match of your career, or the biggest win of your career, I should say?
Oh, 100%. That match was so intense and it came out of nowhere. I wasn't even like expecting to challenge Charlie. It was a last minute decision, and I think maybe that kind of helped me because he probably, when he saw me come out of the curtains, he probably didn't see me as a threat. He even said himself, like, "Who's this little girl?" And he was basically calling me garbage. So to defeat the great
Yeah.
Charlie Hughey was fantastic for sure.
Yeah, no, it was a great match. How does that feel? Because it seems like a lot of the matches you go into, I know I saw another triple threat match where it was you against Big T and Max Power. You always seem to be the underdog going in. How does that feel? Do you kind of you think you use that to your advantage, or do you get intimidated because you always seem to be the smallest person in the ring, or how do you deal with that?
Yeah, I've definitely always been the underdog in the ring. I'm kind of used to that though. I've been the underdog for most of my life, so I kind of know how to work in that situation quite well. And also, people just kind of don't see you as a threat, right? They kind of brush you off, and even with that triple threat, I think that's exactly what happened. They kind of forgot about me and kind of beat each other up, and then they were weak enough for me to take the win. But also, people just keep helping me in the ring, and I'm not sure why, but I'm not complaining.
There you go. So October 24th, All Hallows Eve, a UCW show. You're defending your title. Is it against Jefferson James, or you don't have an opponent yet?
So for the Hallows Eve show, I don't have an opponent anymore. It was supposed to be Chantal. I'm not sure what happened there, but I don't know who I'm gonna wrestle yet.
Okay, I kind of think it was Jefferson James because he was kind of saying that he wants the title shot. I believe he was saying he wants the title shot, or he wants you, and he wasn't going to let Backwoods win the title. So I was kind of thinking it was Jefferson James, but when I looked at the match card, it says you don't have an opponent yet. So I'm guessing it's going to be James, but I'm sure whoever it is, you'll be prepared for them, and you'll get the 1, 2, 3, and you'll retain your title.
Yeah, Jefferson definitely wants to get the belt from me, but whoever it is, I'm ready, and we'll see what happens.
All right, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So let's go back to the beginning for you. So what sparked your interest in becoming a professional wrestler?
Oh, so many things. I don't think I went through it the conventional way. I can't even say that I was somebody who used to consistently watch wrestling as a kid. I actually got into it because in junior high I picked up freestyle wrestling. I
Okay.
had this female bully. She was much bigger than me. I was very, very small as a kid, and she would kind of throw me in lockers and stuff like that. So when I saw the wrestling opportunity, I thought, okay, this is my chance to get tougher.
Okay.
But instead, what ended up happening was nobody was in my weight class. So most of the time, I would just win because there was nobody to wrestle.
Okay.
But then, last year I got involved. I went to a show in Bridgewater, and all those memories came back, and I was like, I would just love to train again and get in the ring.
Wow. So did you ever have to confront this bully again, or did this bully, when the bully saw that you were taking wrestling lessons, just decide to back off and say, "Oh, I'm not gonna mess with Mia anymore"?
No, it didn't work. She never stopped. So my
Okay.
plan didn't work back then, unfortunately.
Okay. Unfortunately, well, that's I'm sorry to hear that. I know bullying is a serious thing, and nobody should be bullied. But I'm glad you decided to do something about it and make yourself a better person. And so you said you didn't watch wrestling growing up. Do you have any favorites though? Have you started watching more wrestling?
Yeah, for sure. I know, when I was a kid, there were a couple times when my uncle would be watching it. So I was kind of a fan of The Undertaker, but I can't really remember why. But now I'm really into it, more so the women's division. So I love Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch. Of course, she's pregnant right now, so she's not wrestling. But
Sure. Okay.
yeah, there's definitely a few girls that I'm watching right now, and also to learn some moves from them too.
Okay, so you're a luchador. Is that fair to say? You consider yourself a luchador?
Yes.
So what is it about the luchador style that appealed to you? That made you want to train in the luchador style?
Well, it's funny that you asked that because before I even thought about the lucha style, I knew I wanted to wear a lucha mask. And
Okay.
then it was actually Covey Christ that he saw me one day. This is when he kind of almost when he first met me. And he was like, so what kind of style of wrestling do you do? And I told him I didn't really know. And he kind of took one look at me and he said, yeah, you're lucha. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, yeah,
Okay.
you're tiny. You're tiny. You got to do lucha. It's the only way for you to win matches. I said, all right, let's do lucha then.
Okay. So how long did it take? I know you were training with Covey, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But how long did it take for you to master the lucha style?
I still don't think I've mastered it. That's probably a long way to go. But I've been
Okay.
working on it now for a few months. I'd say a few months now.
Well, I watched the matches. You look, I say master because you look very good in the ring. I mean, when I watch matches, there was one I forget which match it was, where you did I think it was a tilt-a-whirl DDT and your leg kind of got caught underneath you, and I thought you might have blown your knee out, but you're very flexible, so your knee was okay. I can't remember. I think it might have been the backwards match actually.
Oh,
And
that was,
I thought you might have hurt your knee, but.
yep, that was with Charlie Hubley actually. Um,
Oh, Charlie
I
Hoovy. Okay.
I got a small bruise, but yeah, because I'm flexible and my body does weird things sometimes, so it wasn't a serious injury, luckily.
Oh yeah, because for me, it was a oh my god moment. I was like, oh my god, her knee. But it was like, oh, she's okay. But that was thank goodness. But no, but you seem to have the moves down. So if you haven't mastered them yet, I'm sure you're well on your way to mastering that style. So when did you make your debut? Well, tell me about your first match ever, and how you felt before the match and after the match.
So technically, my first match ever was March 6th, and it was a bar show actually, and it was the triple threat with Big T and Max Power.
Oh wow, that was
But
your debut match. Okay, okay.
yeah, but that was actually before I really got into the lucha style, so that was a very hard match for me. And if you watch it, you'll see I was pretty much knocked out for more than half of it. So I definitely
Okay.
struggled in the match.
So how scary is to be standing across the ring from Big T because he's an intimidating guy. He's a
Yeah,
big burly. He's like it's like wrestling a bear from what it looks like.
yeah, pretty much. It was very scary. Big T and Max were both scary in the ring.
Okay.
It just they were kind of I don't know, they were so mean, right? So I was definitely worried for my safety.
Okay, but you did just fine. And you said you were knocked out for half the match. I mean, was that true? You were knocked out for half the match?
Yeah, most of the match was basically Max and Big T punching each other because they got me good and I was down and I just couldn't get up for a good few minutes there. So luckily I was able
Oh,
to
wow.
recover at the end, but Big T actually let me win that match. He threw me on top of Max for the pin, so I got lucky there.
Yeah. So Kaizen Academy. Tell me about why you chose Kaizen Academy. I know Covey Christ is the huge fan of Covey Christ. He's a good friend of mine. So tell me about Kaizen Academy and why you initially chose to start training there.
Yeah, for sure. So, Cousin Academy, I heard about it, it was a few months ago, and it was after I had already got some basic training in, but I didn't feel like it was adequate enough for what I wanted to do in the ring. So, I went to check it out one day. Covey Christ was there, and I showed him what I knew, and that's when he basically told me that I needed to do lucha to have really good matches. And after I worked with him for a few months, it what a difference it is. I feel more confident in the ring, and I absolutely love the lucha style. And he's so great to work with. So Kaizen Academy was a fantastic choice for me in my career.
So tell me about take me through a day of training with Covey Christ. How is he as a trainer? Is he a intense trainer or does he push you to your limit or tell me what it's like training with Covey.
So Covey is, I mean, before you come to training, you have to hydrate yourself. I'll say that. Um,
Okay.
he's super passionate about wrestling and just making people better. And I noticed that from the very first session. So we usually started with getting some reps in, um, and then we'd get into some chain and practicing chain with all the other wrestlers that would show up. He basically anyone that wanted to show up, he was willing to teach them, right? So we always had different people coming in. And then once we got towards the end of the sessions, we kind of lucha and anything that we wanted to learn. And it was just every class you learn something new, right? And my notebook was just filled with notes because he has so much in his mind. It's just to like hear him talk. He understands the psychology so well behind wrestling. And yeah, everyone just, you look around and everyone's just sitting there like mind blown by his brain. That's like the
Yeah, because
best way
he.
to describe it.
No, that's fine. Kobe's a great talent. And it's funny you mentioned that he tells you have to hydrate because whenever I interview him, he sends me a message to make sure that I'm hydrated before I start the interview. So it's
Oh,
he's got a thing with hydration.
yeah.
He's got a thing with hydration. I don't know what's up with Kobe there. No, I'm just kidding. He never tells me to hydrate before the interview. That's just I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It
But
sounds
no, but
like him.
Kobe's a great. What's that?
That sounds like him, so I believed you when you said that.
No, Kobe's a great guy. I love talking to Kobe. But yeah, you're getting trained by one of the best, by one of the best. And so,
Oh yeah.
you ever think there might be a teacher versus student match, you versus Covey Christ? You think that could happen in the future?
Honestly, I was thinking about that. I don't know if I'm good enough, but if I ever get the chance, I would absolutely love to wrestle Cody in the ring. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, you actually had a match with another student, Sam Shields. So tell me a little bit about that match, and tell me, like, I know you're both students of Covey Christ. Is there like a friendly competition that you're both students at the Kaizen Academy, and maybe you both want to try to outdo each other to prove who's better between the two? Is there a little friendly rivalry between you and Sam?
I wouldn't describe it like that, but it's more like we both work together to make each other better. Maybe he has a competition
Okay.
with me, I don't know, but for me, it's just I want him to do good. I want Sam to have amazing matches, and I want to have amazing matches, and I also want Kobe to be proud of both of us because, we were the first students that he took on, so that's like a huge pressure too because I just want to make him proud, right? And I think Sam would say the
Okay.
same thing.
Okay, well, we'll find out because I'm interviewing Sam right after this interview, so I'll ask him the same question, and we'll see what he says on that.
He'll
So,
probably say he
um,
wants to push me up, but we'll see what he
no,
says.
I don't think he wants to do that. I don't think he wants to do that.
Oh.
Well, if he does, I'm sure Kobe will send him a send him a quick message before you beat up on me and make sure you're hydrated.
He told me before this too. He said, make sure you drink water.
Okay, okay. So now I've noticed here you have a number of workout videos as well, up on YouTube, on Instagram. So what's the inspiration? Are you looking possibly maybe to be a personal trainer? What are the inspirations for the videos?
I absolutely love fitness. Um, I
Okay,
I was very weak, especially a year ago. So it's something that I took on quite recently. I don't know if it has to do with that whole bullying thing, but just being stronger, getting to be a better athlete always helps with wrestling, right? So, and also I wanted to motivate other people. I kind of started it during the quarantine with all the COVID going on. And I know
yeah.
how much I struggled not being able to go to the gym and to go to my classes at the gym. So I wanted to also just motivate other people, if they're in the dark or having a rough time, just to kind of uplift their spirits and motivate them to work out as well. So hopefully it worked a little bit.
Yeah, no, the 5 minute ad video looks pretty intense. I was watching it, I was like, I don't think I was thinking maybe if she released like a 5 second ad video, I might be able to accomplish that. But that 5 minute ad video looked pretty insane. How long did it take for you to be able to work out for 5 minutes like that? I mean, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, that one is definitely a intermediate, more advanced ab workout. That's my strength though. My abs have always been the strongest part. My abs and my legs. So if it was like an arm video, 5 seconds would be how long I would probably last. But
Okay,
I think I got that within a couple weeks. Yeah.
okay. All right, and you also have a no weights workout. Did you not work out with weights, or do you do work out with weights on occasion?
I never used to work out with weights, but Kobe's always been telling me that I should, and I totally agree with him. So I have started now recently to work out with
Okay.
weights. Maybe that will be my next video.
Yeah, no, I was going to ask if you don't work out with weights. I was going to ask what the advantages are working out without weights. But since you're working with weights now, then unless you feel there are advantages working out without weight.
I wouldn't say advantages besides it's easier maybe, but
Okay.
it's good to use your own body weight too for stuff. But I definitely think I've gotten to the point where I have to use weights now to get at the fitness goals that I want to achieve. So.
Okay. All right. So I know you've been wrestling since March, and then we had this whole COVID thing, and nobody was wrestling. You've competed in a number of matches since then. Do you have a favorite match that you've competed in? Is it the win over Charlie Hubley? Would that be your favorite match?
I think it might be. There's there's something about Charlie, I don't know. Um it felt like a really good match and it felt good beating him. So that's probably my favorite one. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you won the match and you just out of excitement just ran as fast as you could to the back. I don't know if you were going back to celebrate with somebody, but you just grabbed that title and just ran as fast as you could right to the back. That
I
was
was from Charlie.
what? Oh, you were ready from Charlie?
Yeah, I thought maybe he'd try and take the belt back because he had it for 364 days and I stopped him. So I was running from Charlie.
You're running for your life. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty funny. Um, so what's the dream match? Do you have a dream match? If you could wrestle anybody, who would that person be?
Would that be locally or kind of fantasy?
Anybody. How about this? How about your dream match locally and your dream match with anybody in the world?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll start locally. Um, I've got to work with Covey a lot already through training. So if it could be a match with absolutely anyone, I'd probably go with Chip Chambers. Although the only thing that scares me
Okay.
about that is he has a huge fan base, so people might boo me in that match. And also Madison Miles, just because I know she's not local anymore, but she has been for a few years. And just to kind of wrestle the female that's been the most, known in the Maritimes, that'd be really cool. And I love Madison too, so I'd love to work with her.
Great talent, Madison Miles. And back to Chip Chambers for a second. How could anybody boo you? I don't think anybody. I think you're stuck being a babyface. I don't think you could be a. You think you could pull off being a heel? I don't think so.
I
I
would,
don't. I think you're going to be a babyface your whole career.
yeah, probably, yeah. I'll always be a baby face for sure.
Yeah, you always be without a doubt. There's no way anybody could be you. I know at the last show, against backwards, and they're starting to bring signs with your names on them, and no way that you're gonna if you went against Chip Chambers and he got a little rough, they would boo Chip Chambers. They wouldn't boo you. Trust me.
All right, if you say so, I'll trust you,
Yeah.
Lewis.
No, then I would call Chip Chambers and I would have a long discussion with him, a very stern discussion with Chip Chambers.
Thanks for having my back. I appreciate it.
No, there you go, there you go. Um,
Then,
so what's your
well,
goal? Oh
oh,
yeah, I'm
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, that was local. What about anybody in the world?
Yep, so anyone in the world, I don't even have to think about this one. It would be Alexa Bliss. I love her story and how she got into wrestling, and she just reminds me of like a Harley Quinn, and she's got that heel thing going on right now, so that'd be amazing to wrestle her.
Yeah, that could happen one day for sure. Could happen one day. So what's the goal? What's the goal? Uh, right now, competing in the Maritimes, you wanna what's the? Let me answer it. Let me phrase it this way. What's the goal in the Maritimes for you, and what's the ultimate goal for you?
So the goal in the Maritimes would probably be just to get as many matches in as I can, wrestle as many local wrestlers, just get my name out there and have amazing matches and make maritime wrestling better. Not saying that I could do that personally, but maybe I could help. And also just to get um, Kobe's name out there too, just for what he's done. He started with me and Sam, and I think he could do wonders for the maritime wrestling. I honestly believe that. He's just helped me extensively, so I can't imagine what he'd do for the scene. And then for, a goal, maybe a long time down the road, who knows? This will probably never happen, but I would love to wrestle for Impact, obviously, and learn the 619 and learn the moonsault. If I could get those two moves down, they're quite a challenge for me. I can't seem to get them right now.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why do you say it'll never happen? Why do you say this will never happen, but I would love to work for Impact Wrestling? I think it's very possible it could happen. Why would you say it's not going to happen? I personally, I think it's very possible that you could make the Impact. I'm a huge Impact fan. I have a Impact Wrestling podcast that I do every week, and I'm gonna bring your name up. I'm gonna bring your name up on the next podcast. But I think it's very possible that you can make it to Impact Wrestling.
Thank you so much. I think I've just always being the underdog, you kind of tend to start bullying yourself in a way. So I think that's why I say that. But you're right. Anything is possible if I keep putting the effort in. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And is it okay if I'm just curious if I may ask your age? Because you seem like I'm guessing like 21, 22. I'm just curious about your age, if I may ask.
My age is a secret.
Okay, we won't go there. I apologize. We won't go there. I'll drop that immediately. So we won't press you on that. So I know you said Impact. So I was going to ask you 5 years from now, where would you like to be? I'm thinking Impact Wrestling. Do you have like other promotions, like maybe to Japan? Stardom possibly out in Japan, maybe wrestling in the UK. What other goals would you set for yourself, and what you would like to see for yourself in 5 years from now?
Yeah, so besides Impact, I would definitely also love to travel. I've been in Nova Scotia for a long time now, so it'd be nice to see what else is out there. Mexico is definitely a big one, just for the whole Mexican lucha.
Yeah.
And honestly, if the UK, Japan, anyone that is willing to take me, I'd probably go just to get that under my belt and get the experience.
Sure. Are there any luchadors that you admire, that you watch and try to learn from?
Yes, so I love Rey Mysterio. He's one of my absolute favorites.
Of course. Okay. Yeah, Rey Mysterio, very, very, very talented wrestler. I've been watching Rey Mysterio since like 1995. I'm a little older than you, I think, but I've been watching him for a long time. Very, very, very talented wrestler. Great wrestler to learn from as well.
Yeah.
So you said you're trying to master the 619. Have you started? Are you going to start incorporating that soon in your match, or are you still trying to master that move?
Yeah, I need to master it first. I keep hurting myself trying it. It's a hard. Rey Mysterio does it, so yeah, like I said, I watch his matches a lot. But once I get it down, I'm definitely going to use it in my matches.
Okay, there you go. So before we go, if you have anything you need to plug, any social media, if you have any merchandise possibly that you're looking to sell, any upcoming matches. I know we mentioned a few. Anything you want to plug, now's the time. Plug away.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm on all the social medias. I even have TikTok. Instagram is Mya_Malek, and TikTok is just Mya Malek. I'm also on Facebook, and you can message me on either of those if you want merchandise. Right now, all I have is 8x10s, but I'm hoping to extend that at some point. Maybe even sell some bags of gummy worms. We'll see.
There you go. Then everyone can film a Mya Malek bursting through the door, shoving gummy worms into their mouth video on TikTok.
Exactly.
All right, so Mya, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. This was a lot of fun, and anytime you want to come back, I'd love to have you back. And maybe 2 or 3 months down the road, when you have a lot more matches under your belt, maybe we could get together again and have another chat.
Yeah, 100%. I'd be down to talk to you anytime.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Well, this has been Shooting Up North Indy Edition. I'm your host, Louis Carlan. Again, I want to thank my guest, the current UCW Atlantic Canadian Champion, Mya Malek. And until next time, thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye-bye.